Happy late Thanksgiving! Welcome. It is Antihaul time, and it is the 1 year anniversary of these. Yeah! Woo! Thank you. Too kind. I can't believe after 1 year of doing these, this is the first month I can proudly say I did not buy an album.
Let's begin now.
Okay, I lied. I bought 2. But I almost didn't buy any. But then, like, my heart was like, just buy these 2. That's all you need. I'm like, okay. Welcome to my anti-haul. I've been doing this for a while now. So if you don't know what this is, I just talk about pretty much all the releases of the past month and my reasonings behind why I decided not to buy them. I don't really talk about what I did buy because I think it's pretty obvious why I bought what I bought. I bought it because I liked it and I collect it. So, like, whereas I think it's a much more interesting thing to hear of, like, why didn't I buy something? Especially when it comes to groups I previously collected or I'm on the fence of collecting, or new groups, me going, do I want to commit to buying all this stuff from them? It ends up kind of being me kind of discuss all the albums that released. I'm gonna try to shake that up again. I'm gonna shake that up this time. I'm gonna try something different. Because normally I just go through my best attempt of chronological order when the album's released. It's really not the best. I don't really double fact check. But because I didn't buy any albums, except those two. There's a lot to talk about. This month was very hard for me because I have no money. It is the holiday season. I am buying Christmas presents for people. I have season's greetings I have to buy. Money's really tight right now, and this was definitely the most difficult month of K-pop collecting I've had to experience. So there's a lot to talk about this month. So, I encourage you to sit down, kick back, just grab a drink, like what I'm about to do. You can't see what's in it, but it's a screwdriver. Stupid joke. Yeah, it's orange juice and vodka. Ah. No. Oh my god. It's like the most disgusting fruit. Oh. I'm chasing it with some goldfish. So, let's get started. I'm going to say the 2 albums that I bought, but I didn't buy them. But I totally bought them. I bought Stacy, a star to a young culture, and Wooa, Bad Girl, because those are 2 new girl groups from this year that I absolutely adore, and I had to support them because it's like they're rookie groups, and I feel like I gotta buy support. It's like it meant something to buy it now. I could just wait. I'm gonna buy it now. I also would like to point out that this is a no judgment zone. We are all here to support each other and our buying choices and not buying choices. So, how I'm doing this a little differently this time is instead of going chronologically, which I try my best to do, we are going to go in 3 separate groups. So the first group's going to be albums I wasn't going to buy. So this was going into the month, seeing these albums, be teased, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to buy this because I don't have any of their albums previously, and I just kind of know, I'm not. Second group is the albums I wasn't sure if I was going to buy. So I was waiting for them to be released, waiting to see the photo books, taking into consideration, okay, do I really love this comeback? Do I feel like I'm like, oh my god, this is like life-changing. I have to buy this. It has to be on my shelf. And also just it has some groups that I kind of have collections for, and kind of deciding maybe it's time to not buy it for right now. It's not time to buy it for now. I might buy them later. And then the last category is albums that I was so sure I was going to buy and then decided not to, which is so sad. So the first group is going to be maybe not the most exciting because, like, I'm setting it up right here. These are groups I don't really stan. I don't listen to. I check them out. I'm like, okay, cool, not my thing. I don't want to collect for this group. You know, you can't collect for everyone. So first group we are going to talk about is AB6 Salute. I think they're getting better. I really didn't particularly care for them at debut. Music's been getting better. So good job, AB6. I'm still not buying your stuff. So I don't have any of your stuff. So I don't see it happening. That sounded so harsh. I'm sorry. Keeping up with the 101 groups. Next is Park Ji-hoon, Message. Was it called Message? It is Message. So another 101. And can I just say, I'm done with 101. No, but actually, I wasn't a fan of 101, so I don't have like the strong attachment to the 101 members. Besides that, it's like one. We'll get there. Just patience. I was actually pretty surprised on the features that he was able to get for this album. I feel like he's going a more like, you know, like K-R&B route or something. He's not really much going for like the K-pop, where I'm more into K-pop. He's doing his own thing, you know, good for him. I think it's nice to see, you know, like, I mean, Daniel's doing it too, where they're like kind of pursuing, I guess, music they like, and they're not really going for like the idol life. I don't know, but you know, cool for him. I'm not buying it. Next, talked about this group so much now. Treasure, The First Step, Chapter 3. Treasure, can we just get the full album now, or whatever it is that they're doing? I don't keep track, but I know I've been told what this all is leading up to. I am bored and I just want the whole thing. I don't know. I don't like it being stretched out like this. I just want just drop it all at once. And also I cannot stand the album packaging. And they're doing 2 versions of every single one of these, and they look like a journal. They look like this. This is this. I already have one of these. I have 2 of these. 3 of these. And yeah, 2 songs, 2 versions. I will say it's nice to see YG putting in some effort. It's too soon to tell how I'll feel about Treasure. I have no like distinct feelings. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not like, ew, Treasure. I'm not like, yeah, Treasure. I'm not even like, hey, Treasure. I'm like, oh yeah, Treasure. It's like slightly positive, like, oh yeah, Treasure. Like, yeah. Like, I've been fine with them. We're content. We cool. Not buying it. Next, we got Lucy Snooze, which should never be the name of your album or song or anything. That is just asking for jokes. And I'm going to not even attempt to hit on one of those. Hit on? What? Yeah, this is another pass. I talked about their first release. This isn't even a new song, so that's kind of lame. And there's only 2 songs on this, so that's even lamer. Well, it's not lamer if there's 2, that's more than 1. But yeah, Lucy, if you don't know Lucy is a band, not a girl, not a person. Lucy is a band. They have a violin. That's like, I guess, the cool thing about them. And you know, that is cool that there's a violin. And I love a gimmick. I want more. I swear there's no orange juice in this. Next is B2B For You Inside. Now, I know I have this in the category of albums I had like no intention of buying. I actually do have 2 B2B albums, but like that's it, and they're old albums. Ever since B2B went the more like ballad route, I've not really been there. I'm a big Ilhoon fan. He's not in this subunit, so that also, not that I solo stan or anything. I just really like Ilhun. I like the other members. I just really like Ilhun. And he's not in this. I gotta say, this probably the biggest surprise of the month. So if we can get a award for biggest surprise of the month. There's some good songs on this. I was surprised. This wasn't the direction I thought they'd go. It was good. You should check it out if you haven't. Next we got CN Blue Recode. CN Blue, man. When's the last time they came back? I'm actually even shocked that they had to come back, since there's only like 3 of them right now. But yeah, you know, that's nice. It's good for like the fans. I don't follow like any K bands. I guess Day 6. That's normie. I think this is actually the first time I listened to a CN Blue album as well. It's good. It's good. Yeah. I'm still not buying it. I didn't have to include this next one, but I did. Norazo Bread. I'm actually not even sure if that's how you say it right. They are, I think it's a duo, and they're like comedic. I live for their comebacks. They are so entertaining, so fun, just so out there. I live for that stuff. I'm never gonna listen to it, you know, so I'm not gonna buy it. I love the album packaging for this because it's like bread and there's bread. I like, it's so cool. I'm not gonna buy it. There's only like 2 songs on it and then like a bunch of remixes, so that's kind of lame. And then we've got Bay 173 or BAE 173, BAE 173, Bay 173. I don't know how we're supposed to say this, but I just call them Bay. And their album was Intersection Spark. New boy group! It was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I had low expectations for them, and I'm not going to say it was because of their name, but it was because of their name. I forget what it stands for, but it was something like 73 is the group's lucky number or something, and I thought that was so weird. I liked it. It had like the more fresher vibe that I like from boy groups. I don't, you know, I'm tired of the edgy. I like the fresh, like, yeah, we happy kind of boy groups. It's my thing. I don't know. And that's the end of the first group. So those are all the albums I knew I wasn't going to buy going into the month, and I continued to not buy them. Next, we got the albums I wasn't quite sure. Starting off, we've got Monsta X Fatal Love. I've talked about Monsta X a little bit on my channel. I, at one point, was like, I'm going to collect Monsta X. And then I kind of decided I'm not going to collect Monsta X. I didn't want to go back and get the old stuff. It just sounded exhausting. So I was doing my usual thing of just buying the new releases as they came out. And then Monsta X started releasing very often, and I started to not like the direction they were going. Because this was when they like started doing like the English promotion as well, and it was just like they were doing so much, and like I was just like, this is not the group I thought they were. I don't know. But this release, this is the first time in so long I can remember actually really enjoying a Monsta X comeback. I love the title. I think the album was great. It was just like, you know, I'm happy that they're kind of back in like the sound. I don't, they were too noisy before. I have sensitive ears. But now I'm like, this is, I can dig, I can vibe, I can dig, I can, it's good. But I'm still not gonna buy because I decided, yep, nope. There's just no point in me collecting Monsta X at this point. Next, we got Mamamoo Travel. This was fine. I'm not a big Mamamoo fan. I have one Mamamoo album, and I look forward to Mamamoo releases, but they have a similar thing that Monsta X has, where they're now in this kind of musical direction that isn't my style. So I'm not particularly, like, invested in wanting to collect their stuff. Plus now they're all having solo careers, and that just adds to the collection. But I think there's a lot of previous Mamamoo albums that I would have been, you know, more intrigued in buying. 2 years ago, I would have been like, oh my god, I'm collecting Mamamoo. But now I'm like, you know, they've been around long enough for me to know, you know, okay, They're not, they're not my top group, but I enjoy seeing what they do. Next is Secret Number Got That Boom. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you're well aware of my love for the new goo rookie girl groups. My bread and butter. That is what ignites the fire inside. I mean, you saw the 2 albums I didn't buy this month were from Stacy and Woo-Ah. I didn't like their debut. I'm gonna be flat out honest. I think I talked about it on here. I think it was a lot nicer than what I just said right now, but I don't like that pre-chorus. The chorus bops. Denise is my girl. Love Denise, and I will say, I had such low expectations going into this, but I still was like, it's a rookie girl group. They could be everything I love, and hell yeah, they did it. Got That Boom is such a good song. Like, it's made me just almost completely forget of whatever their first song was. If they had debuted with this, they could have been woo-ah level for me on my standness. But they're not. No one's gonna top woo-ah. Woo is the best. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Woo-ah's as good as it gets. However, on the fence, because they had like the debut, like that they had a miss for me, and now they've had a hit. I want to see where they go next, and because if I end up starting collecting them, I'm gonna want to have to get that first one, because that's just how I am. I don't have to get everything, but I'm gonna want everything. We'll see what happens. Also, it's only 2 songs, so meh. Next is Bowl 4, Film Lit. Speaking of 2 songs, this also only had 2 songs. And now I am in such a weird place with Bowl 4, so I don't collect, I guess, her. They're not them anymore, it's just her. I only have 1 album. I wanted to buy another one this year, and I didn't. I liked these 2 songs, but like I said, it's only 2 songs, and that's a meh for me unless I really like collect. So we're passing. NCT Resonance Part 2. So I talked about Part 1 not that long ago. Was that last month? I didn't actually watch an unboxing of this. I'm guessing it's different packaging than the first part. The first part packaging kind of scared me. I didn't talk about it on this, but it scared me. I'm not a huge NCT fan. Every now and then NCT songs like really hit hard for me, like Make a Wish. It's fantastic. Love that. I also don't understand why this is part 2. It's just part 1 with more songs. Why isn't it just a repackage? Why? I feel like they had this plan and it didn't work out, but they had to commit because they said part 1, and you can't just have a part 1 without a part 2. I don't think I have much more to add to this than before. I like Make a Wish. I like Misfit. Those were on the last one. I don't think I have any comments on the new songs. I don't even remember what the new songs were. A lot of songs on this album. Kai. At least I think it's called Kai. And this is Kai from EXO. I assume you know that. But in case you didn't, this is Kai from the group EXO, a very popular boy group. I think I've just decided I'm not going to collect EXO solos. I think I'm just going to stick to EXO, like group EXO. I can't keep up with all the solos and subunits. And EXO CBX. I like CBX, but we might not ever get CBX again. I don't really know what's happening there. And to add to all of this, this just dropped today. This information was presented to me not too long ago, a few hours ago. And Kai is now releasing it's not Kai, SM is releasing the like special edition version of Kai's album, because that's just what SM does now. After the comeback happens, they're like, haha, here's these other versions that you didn't buy. Now you gotta buy if you want your full collection. Haha. So when I think of special edition, I'm thinking like, ooh, like, maybe a cool packaging, like a bigger photo book. Like, I think like the Taeyeon Deluxe was like, wow, massive. Like, it was like, oh, this is a special edition. Kai is just releasing 3 jewel cases. who in their right mind, no offense if you're buying this, but who in your right mind, no, I don't. Nobody asked for this. Nobody was like, man, I really hope Kai releases 3 jewel case versions of this album for my collection. No. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Enhypen Border Day 1. New big hit group! Yay! New boy group! Yay! I didn't watch Island, but I mean, I like BTS, I like TXT. So I'm like, I'm like, I'll see what they got. I know nothing about them whatsoever. I didn't even watch the music video or the live stages. The album just came out today. I'm a very busy person, okay? So I listened to the album. It's good enough. The intro and outro, artistic. I dug. That was cool. They definitely sound very Big Hit. Big Hit has a sound, at least for its boy groups. I'm intrigued to see where they go. They're also like 16, so that's also a big like no. For me, okay, the funnest category, I would say for me, albums I was so sure I was gonna buy and talk myself down from buying them multiple times this month. Okay, starting off the albums I was so sure I was gonna buy. Dude, it's covered. Oh, all the vodka was just at the top. This is orange juice now. Hell yeah. My cat is still pooping. We're just gonna continue filming. It has been 5 minutes now. If you hear him in the background, whatever. You might not even hear him, but if you do, you hear like a little tin. Okay, first album that I was so sure I was gonna buy, GFriend Walpurgis Night. So me and this GFriend album have been on a journey together. I love Mago. Plus it has Apple on it and Labyrinth. Like those songs. So here is the story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And gotta take a moment, just sit right there. I'll tell you all about how I didn't buy this album. I had this album in my cart. It was in my cart. I was gonna buy it, and a few other albums that I'm gonna talk about. Don't show your butt, you just pooped. I was gonna buy the purple version because that photo book is divine. I wanted to go check out, and it was sold out. I could have gone to a different shop and bought it there. It's not like it was sold out everywhere. It was just sold out at the one shop I was looking at. But you know what? I took it as a sign. This was the world's way of telling me, don't buy these albums. Save your money. Spend it on some other useless thing. And I listened to that voice. I would really like this GFriend album someday. We'll see. We now hit the part of the Antihaul where I'm just going to get sad and I have to talk myself out of buying albums that I really want. Next we got Taemin, Never Gonna Dance Again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Part 2. Okay. I talked about part 1 when that came out. All the same thoughts. I don't think I have anything to really add to this. I think this is fantastic. I want to spend the least amount that I possibly can. So I'm really hoping we have a part 1, we have a part 2, and they didn't do the bullshit thing that NCT did, where this was like a totally separate part 2. All new songs, not just a repackage, all new songs. So now, if we can get the true SM fashion of part 1, part 2, give us that part 3, all of them combined. Plus like the additional stuff. That's what I want. That's what I'll buy. If we don't end up getting that, I'll just buy part 1 and part 2. I'll suck it up. Next, we have Elast Awake. I had this in my cart as well. So, in a previous episode of Oh My Boba Antihaul, I don't remember what month it was, but I talked about Elast and how they captured my heart. They're probably my boy group rookie of the year. The orchestration in their music is just so beautiful and fantastic, and I love them, and I want them to succeed. I wanted to buy this because I ended up buying their last one in my anti-haul. I was like, yeah, I don't know, I really want it, but like I shouldn't. And then at the end of the video, I bought it. I'm not doing that this time. I'm not doing it. And it's one of those albums where I'm like, oh, I'd be fine buying like a used copy for cheaper, but they're a new group, and I know buying like their album from like a official seller helps them in charts and success. And yeah, I'm gonna tell myself right here, I must learn the members' names before I buy this album. Very similar story. Next up, Ha Sung-woon, Mirage. He was in that same video of albums that I'm like, oh my god, like, oh, I'm not gonna buy it, but I love it. And then I ended up buying it at the end of the video. He is the 101 member that I just adore. And it's so weird because I didn't really knew he existed when he was in 101. If someone were to have told past me that he would have been my favorite post 101 member, I would have laughed in their face. That sounds so mean. Oh my god. I say that meaning that like I really love Ong and I really love Kang Daniel. So like I was like, yeah, there's no way anyone's gonna top them. But oh my god. He's the best one. It's no contest. It's no contest to me. He puts out fantastic music, and he deserves the world. Whatever. I was gonna buy it, but stupid G-Friend album was like, nah, don't buy these albums because I'm sold out, so you shouldn't buy any of these. So I blame G-Friend. Another artist from that same video, Woods, released an album called Whoops. He was another one that during my anti-haul, I bought it at the end of the video. I love Woods. Just like Ha Sung-woon is my 101 guy, Woods is my X1 guy. I actually can't name anyone else in X1. I just know Woods. I love Woods. His first album, mini EP, whatever, is fantastic, and it's one of my favorites of the year. This wasn't as good, but it's still really good, and his title track gives me Pentagon vibes, and Pentagon is my favorite boy group, so I'm gonna buy this. I know that. Now it's just not the time. Then it's a matter of, do I want to like get all versions for his stuff down the line? I'm gonna sit on that thought. Next up, Momoland, Ready or Not. So I have decided I'm going to be collecting Momoland. They're probably going to be my next of like my finishing collection series, since I've just found in the past month that I absolutely love Momoland and have been lying to myself for the past like year or two because of all the hate they've been getting. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Momoland. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Cringe. They don't put out good music, but no, I love Momoland. I love all of their title tracks, and I'm collecting them now because I have a feeling that their stuff might go out of print soon, so I'm like getting on it now, hopping on it. So the plan was to buy this because if you watched my CLC video, I talk about how when you are collecting for a group, just buy the stuff that's releasing now and then worry about the other stuff like later. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy this now. But then I was like, no, I shouldn't. But no, I'm gonna buy it. Okay? I'm gonna buy it. Just not right now. Not this month. I might buy it used. My friends have also made fun of me because they're like, oh my god, you're buying Momoland just in time for them to disband. And you know what? That's so mean. And I don't even care. I like their music. I love Mobile Land. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna buy it. Just not right now. Not right now. We are going to applaud my strength. We're at the last album, so I gotta finish my drink. Oh man, that finished so nicely. Straight orange juice at the bottom. So the last album we have to talk about today. This one hurts a little bit. So you may have noticed there's a certain group I haven't brought up at all in this video. You may have heard of them. I don't know. They're kind of like a big deal. Grammy nominated now. Yeah, BTS. They had a comeback with B. So BTS. This kind of sounds so basic, but they're my intro to K-pop. They're my first alts. You know, it's so weird to think about how that's where it all started. I collect all their stuff. I have everything. I don't do multiple versions anymore, and I actually never bought the Wings album because it's stupid. I'm just gonna get the You Never Walk Alone album instead. If this wasn't $50 or whatever it is, I would buy it. This whole comeback was interesting. It felt a lot more fan like directed because they only have a deluxe version, which I can't afford that. Even though I guess that's cheaper than buying like multiple versions of their like normal albums, but I'm not buying multiple versions anymore. I just wish they had it's just a normal cheap version. I'd buy that for the collection. I am just in no position right now to be dropping that much money on an album. Like in general, I am more okay doing it if it's for like Taeyeon or Oh My Girl, because those are like ults. And I actually did this for Taeyeon because she had a Japanese release and was really expensive. And I guess that's another album I didn't buy this month. I should just ask for this for Christmas. Because I don't want to buy it myself. I don't want to spend all that money. I could buy so many albums for that price. They'd have to be used. But I could still buy like 2 new albums for that price. Like I could buy a concert DVD for that. Like, or Season's Greetings. I still have to buy Season's Greetings. Let's talk about Season's Greetings. That's a thing right now this time of year. It's like my least favorite time of year is when the Season's Greetings get announced because they're so expensive, but they're so tempting every time. I've already ordered the Red Velvet one. I'm going to order the Oh My Girl one. No one else. No one else. I saw Luna tease theirs a little bit. No. No one else. The IU one is very pretty though, but no one else. Just Red Velvet, Oh My Girl. Red Velvet, Oh My Girl. Red Velvet, Oh My Girl. I feel like the video is ending on kind of a somber note there. It's not a happy note at least. So whatever the opposite of happy is. That's the video. Cool. I never know how to end my videos. That's the albums from this month and what I'm going to buy. And actually, no, what I'm not going to buy. I didn't buy anything. But I might buy stuff in the future once I have money. Or, you know, maybe for Christmas. Except I've already asked for all my Christmas presents. And I don't want to tell them to not get me the stuff I already asked for. Because I actually really need that stuff. And I'd rather them get me that. Because I'll buy myself K-pop albums. I don't trust my family buying me K-pop albums. Does anyone else have this like thing where you don't want to ask for K-pop albums for your Christmas or birthday? Sorry, the camera shakes. My cat is nuzzling the tripod. I don't trust my family buying K-pop albums because I allowed it once and I got the wrong version and outraged. I had a 50-50 shot. I even said the version I wanted. Got me the wrong one. Never again. Never again am I trusting my family buying me any K-pop thing. Thanks for watching. Let me know what albums you decided not to buy. Probably actually more positive to tell me what albums you did buy. I mean, if you actually want to share any of your collecting experiences of the month of November. Mine was very difficult, very challenging, and This was a much needed anti-haul to vent my feelings. And thank you for listening. I'm gonna go now. So thanks. And you're cool. But only if you watched it to this point where I'm saying it. You're cool. None of the other people are cool. You are the coolest person ever. Feel free to follow me on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter.